Check, check. Hey guys, this is Tantalus Gaming. We're going to talk a little bit today about No Man's Sky and the Craptastic opening that happened with it. So, been looking forward to this game forever. When it came out yesterday, I double checked my minimum specs and it said Windows 7, 8.1, 10, as you can see to the side. Processor Intel Core i3, 8 gigs of RAM, GTX 480, storage 10 gigs, so on and so forth. That ignore the italics for right now. My machine blows away minimum specs. I can play every AAA game out there, no problem. Maximum settings. There isn't a game that I have come across so far where I can't play it at full graphical settings. My processor's fine, so on and so forth. So I download the game, go to get on it, and all of a sudden, it crashes. I don't even get into the game. On the very first logo, crashes. So I check it out. So I go to the support discussions and forums and stuff like that. And the first thing they say is, have you updated your cards? Yeah, I have. I even go back, double check that. Yeah, my cards are up to date. Well, have you got the VCC Redist 2010, um, which they patched out? Because I downloaded it after the patch, I got that. So start looking more into it. And they put out requires OpenGL 4.5. Intel cards are not supported. Well, that doesn't apply to me. But I think it's interesting that their minimum graphics card at the beginning doesn't have OpenGL 4.5. Doesn't support it. The one they had originally doesn't support. I don't know if that's still the case, if these are the ones they still have originally put out. But yeah, those cards don't support 4.5. So your minimum graphics cards doesn't have the requirement that you need to play the game. Therefore, it shouldn't be on your minimum requirements. Common sense here. Fortunately, I have a 970, so it doesn't apply to me. Some more stuff gets put out. Core 2 CPUs and below are not supported. Okay, fair enough. I understand that. I have a quad core, so it doesn't apply to me. Then they put out you need SSE 4. Well, I go to Steam, go to my machine just to double check. I have SSE 4. It's my machine supports that. So why is my game crashing? Well, all of a sudden I wake up this morning after trying to figure this all out yesterday, and it's SSE 4.1, which my mind stops at. Mine stops at 4.A, 4A instead of 4.1. Now, that's fine. They say they're going to patch in a hot fix or whatever it is. That's fine. But what really disturbs me is the fact that the developer is moving the goalpost. See, if you're familiar with fallacies, it's when you're making a logical argument and your opponent counters with something and you move the goalpost so that you still look fine, that's a fallacy. Okay? If you're constantly updating your minimum requirements and bumping them higher and higher and higher because you didn't do your job at the beginning and figure out what the minimum requirements were, if you're putting all these asterisks and addendums and italicized text on your support site on what your players need, and some of it's contradictory, that's moving the goalpost. And that's a huge problem. What happens down the road if we run into more problems? Say there's some weird glitch in the game. Are they going to move the goalpost again? They going to keep bumping the goalpost until you have to have a $10,000 gaming setup to play their game? And what does this do for all the people that bought the game right off the bat and just happen to have the right combination of equipment to play the game? Um, that's a lot less people than originally bought the game. So, does this developer still care about those people that wanted to play his game, that they told could play the game, that their minimum requirements said could play the game, and all of a sudden they can't? So, where does it stop? Um, when do you stop moving the goalpost as a developer? Um, so I sent in, and another interesting thing to me was that I sent in a couple um, emails yesterday throwing my machine specs up, wanting to know an answer. What's causing the problem? Because I have everything you have, down to the SSE4. Not a response. None. And I get that they were busy last night, but that's unacceptable. If that many people are having a problem, you need to respond to your customer base. See, there's three things that customers want. Okay? Three things in business and in marketing that customers want. They want no defects. They want um, timely um, timely release or timely um, product. So they want it good, they want it quickly, and they want to know that you care. Those are the three things. All right, and this isn't coming from me. This is based off of a book written by um, Schultz, the guy that founded one of the original founders of the Ritz-Carlton. I study leadership, and I love reading books on leadership. And as far as marketing and product, you need a good product. You need to get it to the customer fast, and they need to know you care. And oddly enough, needing to know that you, the one giving them the product or the process or the service, is the most important to customer satisfaction. All right? You can put out a defective product, but as long as your customer knows you care, they're fine with it. They'll put up with it. They'll be patient with you. You can put up a good product slowly, and as long as the customer knows you care, they will give you some slack. The problem with this release is that they put out a bad product slowly, and they have no signs of actually caring. There's no interaction from the developers with the fans. They just keep moving the goalpost on their support pages. They don't respond to players at all with questions, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on their PC site, whether you email them, whether it be on Steam. They throw up an update, they move the goalpost a little, but they don't actually respond to the player. So a good product, a timely delivery of that product, and the customer has to know you care. Well, No Man's Sky, you failed on all three of those. Now, I haven't gone and done the refund like I've seen literally dozens and hundreds of people do. I'm hoping that they can redeem themselves, get out some good fixes, and we can play this game, because I am really excited about this game. I really want to play it. But you gotta do better. You do not release something with minimum specs that aren't the minimum specs. and then you do not keep moving the goalpost. Own up to what you did. Own up to the fact that you messed up. It's not the players' machines. It's not that the players have um, bad machines. It's that you didn't tell them what they needed. And so you had a bunch of people buy and install and try to play your game, not knowing that they couldn't. That's bad. That's really bad. That's on you. That's not on the player. This has been Tantalus Gaming. Good luck. Have fun. Stay hungry.